folks, here's the deal. Yesterday, Marcus and Branson decided to get energetic. And I know you all heard me last night saying, well, I'm going to go up here and kill these rams that came out, into our unit. Because I thought they were going to be back. Well, they went almost to Fairbanks, took a left, went up over to Nome, came down to Dillingham, and came back to camp about 11 o'clock last night. So, they tell big stories of huge rams over there somewhere. And since they don't have any video to show me, I'm strictly going on their word. And when a camera guy has no video to show you...
I have a video.
You didn't show it to me.
Oh, you want to see it?
He's winking. He's like, I got the video.
I do.
Branson, did he have any video of it?
He had the camera out. I'm not sure if he videoed it.
All right. So, my idea of going up here and shooting that flared out ram that's 10 years old is down the tubes, because this morning the rams went back over the divide where we can't hunt them. So what day is it, Marcus? Day 6? Is that today?
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay.
I think it's day 6.
Welcome to day 6, folks. This is going to be an epic adventure depicting the struggle of the mere mortal hunters against the deity sheep that live up on the mountain. Branson promises me there's 2 of them that are so big that we're probably going to need a helicopter to fly the skulls out. We won't measure them by the inch, we'll measure them by the foot. Yeah?
I don't think so.
No?
No.
All right. Okay, well...
They're pretty big, though.
Okay. I'm just following. I've been led on these goose chases before, folks, and every time I've been led on a goose chase, it's been by younger people. I've never had an old guy lead me on a goose chase. And so I've added up the age of these 2 people, Branson and Marcus, and I'm still 7 years older than them combined. They're laughing. They're like, oh, do we have a deal for him? I need one of those little dunce caps with the propeller on it, because they're like, he fell for it. Can you believe it? He fell for it. Stay tuned, folks. If nothing else, I'm sure there's going to be a story. There may not be any rams, but there's going to be a story. Well, we're in the Brooks Range now. We started out in the Wrangell, St. Elias area. I think now we're up in the Brooks Range. Cross over to the gates of the Arctic, drop down to Nome here this afternoon. Or that's what it feels like. They keep telling me it's just that last little ridge. This is like the 5th last little ridge. That's how you guys do it, eh, Branson?
Yeah.
That's how.
Just one more.
Yeah.
One more ridge.
Yeah. So
That's
if
what
you
it
ever,
felt like yesterday.
if someone ever takes you on a backpack sheep hunt in the super wilds of Alaska, and they say one more ridge, figure that means about 12. One more dozen ridges. They just don't use the word dozen. So, we've got a ram over here. Branson thinks that he's at least 9 years old. He's heavily groomed on one side. This side, on the passenger side. I don't really care. But the problem is, we're in the middle of a hailstorm. And it's 470 yards. Wonder what the audience would do. What would you do if you were laying here in Alaska with a sheep tag in your pocket with a legal ram 470 yards away, bedded? But knowing there are 2 other bigger rams somewhere with him, or possibly with him, I'm not gonna get greedy. I just want a better shot.
We weren't the first people to shoot a sheep here.
Yeah, so there's those 3 on the bottom.
Yeah.
These 2. One of those 2. Marcus can shoot the other one.
Which one are you gonna shoot?
Whichever one gets the best shot. The one facing straight away is not a good shot angle.
We can always play the waiting game. Just get your crosshairs on him and just wait. He's gonna stand up.
Once we get set up, then I'm willing to wait. But right now, I just want to know so that if they stand up, I know which one to shoot. I don't want to be like we were up in Dan. Me not knowing, so the highest one is bedded, kind of looking up that way. And then I saw 3 below him.
Yep. Of those 3 below him, you want to shoot close to
it.
Yes.
Well, I can't say that I'm ready, but
Are you excited?
I'm ready. But I'm trying not to think about that. Alright, I'm gonna go up here and just shimmy across. And I'm gonna crawl with my back in front of me till I get to one. Because I gotta have, at that distance, I gotta be completely prone. There can't be any wobble, any wiggle, nothing.
Him.
High. Dial down.
What?
Dial down. You hit high. I could not tell if that looked like it might have hit him, but he didn't react.
Deep blood coming from right behind his front shoulder.
Yeah, just wait. He's about to go down. Well, I'm at least going to tell my dad.
He's dead.
Oh yeah.
He's dead.
Ooh, he's rolling.
Man, I must have just hit him low because there's, when he spun, there's blood coming out right underneath his armpit. I do know this. A really big ram, at least he looked really big in the scope, is laying down there. Well, Branson, congratulations on your first guided sheep.
Congratulations on your first Dall sheep.
Thank you. Thank you, Marcus.
Absolutely. Happy to be here.
One thing, as quick as we cleared this corner right here, the wind is chucking way more than I gave it credit for. But
Yeah.
oh well, it wasn't the prettiest duty is what it is. Once you hit an animal, and I'm pretty sure I hit him on the second shot, you just make sure that you finish the deed. So, but the good news is the Howa handshake maiden voyage for this rifle right here. 7mm M08, shooting 140 grain Nosler E-tip trophy grade ammo. On top of it, I have my new Leupold BX5 HD. This one only has a 2-10 on it, and it worked.
Yeah.
My equipment always works better than I do. So does my guide. Right?
I'm not sure about that.
All right, folks, come along. We're gonna go check him out.
Yeah, 9 years old.
'13th, right?
Yes.
13th of August.
I expect it to be that soft. Thank you, Mr. Ram. Thank you. Never thought I'd get a chance to do this. My grandfather lived in Alaska, and one year we tried to do it as a hunt where I could use the second kindred rule, and we were going to fly up to the Brooks Range, and things happened where he couldn't make it. So we said, oh, we'll do it some year in the future. That future year never came. So a lot of thoughts about what this ram, what he must have lived through, what he represents for me, the chase, the fact that I made good on a promise that someday I'd come and do this. I never thought I'd get to. Grateful for Eric and Branson, who wanted us to come up here and shoot some video of this. Thank you, Mr. Ram. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Well, I'm 3 times older than you are, Branson. I have a suspicion that by the time you're my age, you'll have done this many times.
Yeah.
But the odds are I'll probably never do it again. Because I'm old.
I appreciate you coming up here and doing this with us. It's been an awesome time getting to know you.
Yeah.
You're a great guy.
Well, I appreciate it. I wonder, what am I going to have to pay you off camera for saying that? No, it's been a fun. You think about hunting. Hunting always has those ups and downs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can't give up. A lot of people are like, you're kind of a cobbled up old fart. How do you have success in the mountains? And you don't give up.
Yeah.
You can't change what happened yesterday.
No.
You can only affect what's happening today. And so, I mean, how close were we opening day? Like, that close.
Yeah.
But part of it was, I know this being your first guided hunt, you didn't want to make a mistake.
Yeah.
The last thing I wanted to do is make a mistake, so we just had to get close, and sometimes it didn't work out.
Yep.
But here we are 3 days later. Man, can't believe it. Well, what do you say we got our tag punched, got our locking tag out there ready to do that, and take some pictures and get him taken care of.
I like this idea.
I want to make sure we take care of every last bit of meat.
Here.
I'll trim this up when I get to camp. Don't want a hole in it. And his wife Sharon on it.
Okay. I think we have do these ones stretch.
Nope.
No.
So
Yeah. Yep.
That looks tasty.
Yeah.
Get out of here before the rain comes. Get Mr. Ram back to camp before dark, hopefully. Call it a great day. Probably one of the most memorable experiences I'll have is in a place this wild where every animal just lives its normal life. It's not influenced by man hardly at all. And the miles and the grade and the fact that I'm probably not going to get to do it again. I'll have a lot to think about on my way out of here. Well, folks, this was our lucky sign. Yesterday, Marcus and Branson did what I've been doing with these caribou antlers, and we walked by this about, what, 8 or 10 hours ago? 8 hours ago? I don't know. And now we're walking back with a little bit more than we came with. Peace.
This must be that lonely one that Jace is talking
Come here, caribou. Come here, caribou.
She
Caribou.
is lost.
Caribou. I think it's gonna get eaten by a wolf.
We have sheep meat, so now we need fire. So we got a little bit of firewood.
Tired of rain, tired of walking across creeks, but it doesn't seem like there's too much I can do to change that. Because the rain is going to do what the rain's going to do. And when it rains, you get to cross creeks. End of story. I use my index finger, not my thumb, and I pop that.
Oh yeah, a little ptarmigan. Now how'd you harvest those beauties?
These guns right here. Throwing rocks.
We don't mess around.
It was very entertaining to watch. I'm sure the people up on that campsite up on the hill watching us had a very good laugh. Same way.
Alright. I mean, it's pretty serious.
Let's find those sheep ribs.
Marcus, what's the plan for tomorrow?
Tomorrow, the plan is to kill a sheep. Probably the flared out ram that is in the group of 8, because they're back on land that we can hunt on. But they're in a nasty spot. So I'm going to wake up in the morning, try to figure out what they're doing. And then when we figure out what they're doing, we're going to go kill it.
And in the interim, what are you doing here?
We are eating some of your sheep backstrap, which you so graciously shared. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's amazing. Super tasty. Had ptarmigan, a little turf and turf, ptarmigan, and then fresh Dall sheep. Hard to beat. And ribs. We had backstrap and ribs. The ribs were really good.
They were.
You understand my logic there. If there's 5 of us, if we eat on that sheep for the next 2 or 3 days, you know what little is going to be left to pack out?
There'd be nothing left to pack out. The packer's job turns into just eating the sheep instead of
I'll pack it out. It may not be on my back, but